Okay, I'm back, and let's work on this doohickey again. So I did some more searching, and I did get some more extrusion nuts, that's what they're calling them, in my kit of parts. But I did put a couple in the wrong spot. So after some checking on the forums, they really do recommend putting the extruder and the air pump on the back of the machine, so that makes this the front, which means these two nuts here for the camera are in the wrong spot, and these two nuts are for a piece I don't have and looks like they're not going to include in the base kit. There was a little panel with a couple RCA jacks, or not RCAs, sorry, banana jacks in it for hooking up the power supply to. So you didn't have you could disconnect the power supply and walk away with the rest of the machine. So I'm just gonna resource a few of these real quick. And then put this back on. So this is the other way you can assemble these brackets, is sort of line up the nuts with the screws. And if you get them relatively close, which that one apparently is not, the screws will sort of suck it back into alignment and go. So it's just sort of personal preference if you want to start the channel nut on the part and then slide it in, which is easier when everything's loose, or if you want to just put the nuts in loose and then line them up once you got the parts in place. As you're going to see, since I keep doing it, I sort of like the method of sliding putting the nuts together and then sliding them into the ends. It's just one less thing to go sliding around when you're trying to assemble all the loose pieces. So this is my back, this is my front, and I need to put 2 more nuts into this assembly. Oh, and of course this is the ooh, must be a little less manly when securing my nuts. So add 2 more to this rail for the upward looking camera, and put it right back in place. So again, just sort of get them loose, make sure they're flush, squeeze the frame together, and then hand tighten these down. And once that's done, final crank so they don't work loose later. Now that that's out of the way, I sort of pre-kitted a lot of the bolts and washers last night when I was cleaning up all my pans. So that makes this go a lot faster. And go look at that. So, like that. Don't forget to put your 2 on the bottom for the bed mounts, or what will be the top. It's getting relatively stiff now. Okay, final one. And poor math kills me again. Oh, that's a real bummer. I can't finish assembling this yet again. Being off by 1 I could understand, but being off by 4? Well, looks like once again I'm fouled because I don't have enough T-nuts, or extrusion nuts. That will go right there once I'm done. For right now I can put another rubber foot on. I guess I'm just going to have to order some more. That's really strange. When screwing these down, don't go super tight, just enough to hold the rubber footy in place. These rubber, I don't know what this rubber material is, but man, those turned out really nice. I really like how those fit in the way they do. So to finish this, I need at least 4 more T-nuts. Bummer. Well, I think that's it for tonight. Well, I could put the top plate on. Might as well. I'll call it quits. So 3 for the back, 3 for the front, 3 for the side, 3 for the other side. So this is the top plate, and by the looks of things, I think it's symmetrical. So there's probably no top or bottom. There is a front and a back. So quick look up. Depending on the age and how the plexiglass was stored, sometimes this paper won't come off very nicely. You can soak it in Windex, and that will sort of make all the paper smush off and then peel the plastic. Usually if it doesn't peel nicely, it's just a royal pain in the butt to get off. Computer, you can do it. Front side, so why? So the 2 holes go to the front. Flats, this is the back. Okay, that's done. So 2 big holes with the 2 parallel holes go to the back, which is the one with the 3 nuts on it. So get those close. Totally would help if I had all the feet on here, but oh. Another way you could do this is just mark where the holes need to be with a felt marker, and move the T-nuts where they need to go. I'm just sort of using the shadow cast by the holes. I should probably have flipped this over. If you notice, there's some little breakouts around the holes where the laser punched through the backside, so the other side looks smoother. Which, since this is the side you're going to see, I think I am going to do that. Okay, and finally... hopefully they're all close enough that with a little wiggling, I can get them all in. I'm not tightening them down right now, I'm just getting everyone started, and then I can sort of push everything around and get it final alignment done. Now what I definitely don't want to do on this is go too ham-fisted on it and break the acrylic plate. If you tighten it too much, it's just going to shatter. So right now I'm just sort of feeling the lip on both sides and trying to get it as square and even as possible. Since I'm going to see the front, I'm pushing the plate down as far as I can against my table, and I got these 2 sides pretty even, so I think I'm happy with that. The frame is slightly rhombus. Now, let's get a point of reference. In the future, if this does start moving around too much, I can either put lock washers on these or tighten them down slightly tighter. I'm going till, finger tight, and then like 1/8 of a turn more. You sort of feel it give a little bit, and then you definitely want to stop. Okay, now that I got that, basically this side's flush, so I'm going to pull the frame back this way until I get it flush all the way up the edge. And tighten that one, and tighten that one. And now I should have the same amount basically, yep, down both edges. basically work your way around the plate, tightening everyone up. You know, it'll come to a pretty abrupt stop and then just a little bit past. You just want to compress the acrylic a little bit, but not so much that you split the stuff. I will probably split it at some point. Some of you are going right now, oh dumbass, you got to flip this over to put the rest of the feet and bottom hardware on. Well, these stick up enough that as long as my bench is clean, I shouldn't scratch anything. And also, if you look right now, you can sort of see the dimples, or where the plastics is slightly deformed around all the heads. So, yeah, apparently this is it for now until I go and buy some more frame nuts, extrusion nuts, T-nuts, whatever you want to call them. I'll get those, we'll finish putting this together, get my feet on, and then I can start doing either Delta parts or bed parts. I'll probably do the bed brackets. I might not put the whole bed together, just because they go in the corners, they're easy and I can finish that up. No, I'll probably hang the Delta pieces first, because then if I need to get something through the bottom, I can just drop it in. We'll see when I get back and do that. Probably not going to get any more time to work on it this weekend since I'm out of town, which is, I was kind of bummed that this happened to arrive just before I was leaving town, but now that that's happened and I'm short extrusion nuts and have to buy some anyways, that's not such a bad thing, because I can't work on it even if I wanted to. So there you have it. I'll pick this back up again in a few days.